Hey everybody, this is Muffin with the Daily Biker Podcast. Just here to let y'all know the opinions and ideas expressed in this show are those of the hosts and their guests, not to be confused with their partners and sponsors. Now, let's get it on.
Hey guys, this is Sean from the Bikes and Beards YouTube channel, and you guys are listening to the Daily Biker Podcast. You're gonna love it.
Kind of chilly.
Well, that's what you get for riding to a hog meeting.
It was not a hog meeting.
Hog wrangling?
Yeah, you're doing hog wrangling?
It was way beyond hog wrangling. So, anyways, no, it's what I get for riding when it's 40 degrees and raining.
Yeah.
Sounds like a you problem.
Yeah.
Sounds like a daily biker.
It was sunny earlier today.
It was
when I rode, it was sunny.
It was sunny for part of my trip today, too.
Oh, yeah.
But anyways, hey everybody, welcome back to the Daily Biker Podcast. My name is Marcus and I am your clueless leader. Today we're going to go on a learning journey. And with me I have Miss Muffin.
Hey, y'all.
And I've got Daniel.
Hey there.
So, you rode today?
I did ride today. Well, I had to pick up the KTM. Because it was still up in Cleveland.
Okay, it was still up at the shop.
Yeah, it was still up at the shop.
So the first thing before we get to what I did, I want to talk about what you recently did.
So on Monday, I had my first track day. Big group of people that I went with the owner of the Suzuki dealership up in Cleveland, Tennessee here, and he wanted to have a big event down at the Talladega GP track down in Talladega, Alabama.
Yeah.
So I took the KTM 390, the Little Duke, Heather's bike, the Learner.
The learner.
Everybody loved the valve stems.
Yes.
And figured that'd be a fun first time on a track. You know, obviously I've only done street riding, so a track is an entirely different experience. You don't have to worry about cars in front of you. You don't have to worry about people pulling out. There's no speed limit, believe it or not. I know that was a nice change.
There is in the pits.
Yeah, guess what? That was a very short thing from where our tent was. I got off the track and I was in my tent.
So, are you hooked?
Oh, absolutely. I want to keep doing it. I'm looking into classes right now. So I put about 70 miles down on the track on Monday. I got there at 7 o'clock in the morning and I left at 6 o'clock.
Now, outside of the motorcycle.
Yes.
Because you did this on a motorcycle that was not purchased with the intentions of, hey, I'm buying this bike to go do track use. This motorcycle was purchased for Heather to learn to ride on and us to have fun on and talk about on the podcast and stuff like that. Mm-hmm. So, outside of that, what was the cost for the barrier to entry? Because you had to get a suit.
I did have to get a suit. Well, a suit was the only thing that I really needed. Me personally, I did have boots. I just had never worn them.
Okay.
All in, I got the suit at a good deal. It was $400.
Okay.
It's just a Core-Tech. It is what allows you to do it. It's not the best. It's not the greatest thing, but
it works.
It fits slightly. Apparently being 6'3" and skinny is a weird size for race suits.
Yeah.
So I'm like a 2X.
Yeah.
Except I'm not a 2X in everywhere.
So you're saying it would fit me better?
It would probably fit you, except for the camel toe that you're going to have. I could not stand up in the suit.
Well, I only wear a 32-inch inseam, although I'm 6'2".
It's going to be... Well, I know it was tight on me. I'm not going to claim to know if it'd be tight on you.
Yeah.
But, no, so, you know, you've got the suit. I would, if you're looking at doing it, I would probably budget $400 to $600 on an average suit, depending on when you buy it, what type you get. You know, the Core-Tech suit I wore it works. It does everything I need it to. It looks fine. If you want to, there are cheaper ones and there are more expensive. Is kind of like a middle lower tier.
So now let's say we'll say someone's in with they've already got a suit now. They've got a $3,000-ish motorcycle that they're doing this with. What kind of cost are you looking at per time you do a track day? Like, so how much was it for your track pass and stuff like that?
Well, fortunately enough for me, because this was a private event that was hosted by the owner of the dealership, there was no cost to any of the patrons that came out. I did look into the track the Talladega GP track. The typical track day cost is somewhere between $150 and $200 to get out there. But that also means you have to have the proper gear and your bike has to pass a tech inspection.
Right.
So
now I'm assuming you still had to pass tech inspection, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yes and no.
Okay.
Yes, everybody had, it was kind of, everybody's bike was gone over, like make sure you're not leaking oil, you're not leaking anything.
Yeah.
But nobody had to safety wire the bikes or anything.
So it was a lot more relaxed.
It was a more relaxed type session.
Okay.
Which I think for me personally was a great entry into the entire doing track things.
Did you have to run tape on the lights though?
I did.
Okay.
And it came off and then I stopped running tape.
Oh, I was like, okay.
Some people kept the tape on all day. Some people didn't. I'd taken the mirrors off the bike. The turn signals I wasn't going to worry about. The headlight was the most important thing. And in the first couple sessions I went out there, I did have tape on it, and then it started to peel off. It was also 32 degrees when we started, and warmed up to about 70 midday.
Yeah.
So that was nice. But I mean, like, this was a very... I'm going to say this is not a typical track day. The owner of the dealership rented out the track for us to go out there. So this was a special event type scenario. But if you were to go out there on a regular track day, got to have your gear that meets their qualifications. Full leather race suit, leather boots, gloves, helmet that meets certifications. You're not going to go out there with a half helmet or a 3/4 helmet. The bike has to pass tech inspection. And then you got to figure out what group you're in. Novice, intermediate, advanced, that way. And that's how from what I understand, that's how they typically break it down.
And you could probably, on the KTM, you could get probably what, 2 or 3 track days out of a set of tires?
If the tires were brand new when I went out there, yes.
Okay.
I could probably get 2. Because right now... the tires have 800 miles on them, and they're gone. I need new tires.
So...
or the rear tire. I need a new rear tire. The front tire's fine.
So, let's look at that. We'll say $150. Your fuel in the bike, you said you went 70 miles in the track.
I went through 1 full tank and a half of a second tank.
Okay.
So about 6 gallons, 5 gallons total.
So, we'll say $20 in your gas tank.
Yeah.
And then a rear tire, we'll cut the cost of a rear tire in half for a single day.
Yeah.
Essentially, if you're going to get 2 days.
Yeah, I would say if that tire was absolutely new, when I took it out there, it'd probably still be mostly fine. But
so we're talking.
You're looking
counting your fuel to get down there too. You're looking somewhere between $300 to $400 a session.
Yes, yeah. Once you have the gear and you have the bike, those are your biggest expenses. Yeah, and then after that, it's fuel and tires and maintenance.
I'm going to tell you now, $300 to $400 is nothing. That's not like it's just a little bit of money. I mean, that's still a chunk of money.
Oh, it absolutely is. It's not a cheap sport, but God, that was fun.
Yeah.
I mean, it was, and maybe one day when you have time, I'll show you the GoPro videos that I took. I also got to ride multiple other bikes while I was there, so I was not just on the KTM the entire time.
Yeah.
But I mean, it was definitely something that I feel after doing this, I can ride better. I was able to explore the limits of the bike better than I can on a regular road.
Yeah.
Because where are you going to be on a regular road going full throttle, coming into a turn and out of a turn?
You mean
Legally.
I was gonna say, you mean besides right down here by your house?
Legally.
Because this turn, there's a lot of people that go full throttle in and out of that.
Yeah, well, and you see the tire marks up into the hill.
Yes, I saw your tire marks up into the hill.
I was not at full throttle, sir. I would have gone further if I was.
So, no, that's cool. I'm glad that you got to get out there and experience that.
Yeah, no, I was very fortunate, and I'm glad that I was invited out to this event. And like I said, I mean, it was, you're on a closed track. You don't have to worry about traffic. Obviously, you have other motorcyclists out there. I think the group that we had maybe had 20 people in it.
Yeah.
So we had 20 people in and on, coming in and out of the track at the same time.
Yeah, guys making you look slow as crap.
Oh, God, yeah. The only thing I could stay in front of was the CF Moto 300s. Everybody else just blown by me.
Yeah.
I mean, it's a little bit unnerving when you're leaned into a turn and a CBR 1000 cuts you on the inside and wheelies on his way out and is already into the next turn and the turn after that before you even get to that turn that you followed him into.
Yeah.
Yeah. It was... But then again, a lot of the guys that were out there, they do race professionally.
Yeah.
And... there was a lot of good insight that I got from talking to these guys going through this. Like, look, this is what you need to do. This is how you do it. I've been doing this for 20, 30 years.
Yeah.
Actually, we had a lot of guys that were in their 60s and 70s that were out there, and they're just blowing people out of the water.
Yeah.
So I think my fastest time around the Talladega GP track was like 150. The Super Sport guys were running like right at a minute 6.
Yeah.
So I'm 50 seconds slower around this track. Look, these guys...
And there were some Supermotos out there too.
There were a few Supermotos.
And how fast were the Supermotos going around the track?
They were in there probably about the 120s, 130s.
So
obviously, they were good coming through the turns, like we've discussed, but on the straightaways,
they were losing it on the straights.
They were losing it on the straightaways. I mean, when you're on a track and you're comparing yourself to a 600cc Super Sport or a 1000cc Super Sport, you know you're going to get outmatched.
Well, and here in a couple months, we're going to take a trip to go see some really fast guys on the track too.
Okay.
So, if you're listening to this and you want to go with us, April 22nd. We are going to be leaving from White Lightning Harley Davidson that morning, going down to Road Atlanta for the races.
Mm-hmm.
It's going to be a good time.
Absolutely.
So anybody that wants to go with us, you're more than welcome to go.
It's the anniversary weekend.
It is the anniversary.
Or for Harley.
Well, they're doing it in every race.
Yeah. Oh, are they?
Yeah.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Yeah, no, it's in every race. No.
The way you had explained it to me.
No, the package is Harley has dumped more money in it this year than they did last year, so it's rather interesting. But yeah, we're going to be going to that. That'll be super cool, especially to see the Super Hooligans race where you got the guys out there on stripped down Pan Americas.
Ooh. Oh, absolutely. That'll be fun. And now that I've been on a track and I can see.
Yeah, but I have a feeling we're all going to look at you and go, Daniel, shut up. We don't need you to explain to us how he breaks the apex coming into this corner.
Look, I'm going to say, the guys that I talked to on Monday, the amount of knowledge that they had, it's amazing. And the way that these guys were able to control these bikes going into these turns, well above any skill that I've seen on the road.
Yeah.
So it was impressive. It was truly impressive. But then again, like I said, these are guys that have been doing this for 20, 30 years.
Yeah.
This is what they do.
Yeah.
They have track prep bikes that are made specifically to do this.
Yeah.
A lot of them are GP shift, which was an odd thing to ride.
Yeah.
Which was strange. Took a little bit getting used to.
It's not really that hard to do.
When it's ingrained in you to go the opposite direction, yes.
Yeah. So the first time I got on one, I did one wrong shift, and I was like, oh.
Yeah.
And then didn't have another missed shift.
Yeah. It's a... once you've got it, once you realize, like, all right, I've got to do this instead of the natural reaction to go the opposite way.
There's some guys out there with Sportsters that are GP shift.
Why?
Because they'll run a rear set on their Sportster, and they won't run an adapter plate. They'll just rotate their shifter arm, and if you do that, it's now GP shift.
Yeah, now it's backwards now.
Yeah,
I guess that makes sense.
Yeah.
But the other
for those listening that are wondering what GP shift is, you shift down to go up through the gears.
Yes.
So
it makes it easier going through turns.
It makes it easier to pick up speed and go faster.
Yeah.
So
you don't have to worry about getting your foot underneath the peg.
Yeah, there's a lot of like drag race guys and stuff that'll do that too.
Yeah.
Because you're
pushing down.
Yeah,
you're just
down.
Yeah, there's no up. Nobody goes up.
Yeah.
Except for the front tire.
Yeah.
Well.
Sometimes.
So one of the other things that I got to do on this day, I took a bunch of the new CF Moto bikes out.
Yeah.
So I know we've talked about the CF Moto. And
CF Moto 800.
They did not have an 800. They had.
I don't think it's out yet. I keep seeing that, like the ad for it, but I don't think it's like available to the public yet.
I'd have to double check. I think they might have one.
The 800 Super Sport.
No, not the Super. No,
that's what I'm talking about.
Okay, not the 800 Super Sport. They have like a naked bike. That's it.
Yeah, no. That 800 Super Sport that they got.
No, they do
coming
not.
out.
The 800 Super Sport hasn't come out yet. So I rode the 300, the 650, and the 700. So they have a 300 Super Sport, which that little bike was fun. I mean, if you're trying to get into a sport bike style bike and you're looking at like an R3, a CBR 300. It's in the same ballpark. It's just slightly cheaper. I think it was like $3,000.
Yeah.
Brand new. 3,500 brand new. So low bar to entry. Yeah. The 650 NK was boring. It's a twin cylinder 650. It's more of a standard style, kind of like the Duke.
Okay.
Very, very similar to the Duke. Actually, I think they share the same headlight. It rode fine. It just felt kind of lackluster to me.
Okay.
And then the 700CX, which is it's loosely based on the KTM 690, kind of a muscle bike, naked sport bike. That one was a little bit more fun. It had clip-ons on it. It had big Brembo brakes on it, carbon fiber accents. It was fun. I think the balance of the bike was off, but it was still nice. It was still a nice little bike. It definitely was a lot more peppy than the 650. Yeah. Both of them being twin cylinder bikes. No, and I gotta say, I mean, all the CF Motos performed really well on the track. Even the little 135, the Pow Pow or Poppy Owl. No, that's what it's called. I'm not making it up.
We're gonna get you a Grom track bike.
Oh, look.
I did take. I didn't ride it on the track. I rode it around the pit a little bit, the 135 CF Moto. And one of the guys did take it around the track, full race gear, took it around the track. He was like, the only thing I could do to save my life was stay near the grass and out of the race line.
Yeah.
Wide open throttle.
Well, I see videos where guys are like, they have the Groms and stuff, and I guess they're renting out like go-kart tracks. And they're riding Groms, or they're riding the 50cc pit bikes that have been supermotoed out.
Hey,
so
why not?
Yeah.
Well, like I said, I mean, there were guys that had supermotos. There was a DRZ 400, there was a WR 450, a Honda CFR 650.
Yeah.
CRF, sorry, not CFR. CRF 650, and those guys were quick. But like we talked about on those type of bikes, you can really throw that bike into a turn. You get the lean on, you get that back tire out a little bit. Now the track, they had just recently repaved a corner, so there was a very slick turn, and all of us had to probably change our suits at least once because of that turn.
Yeah.
But other than that, I mean, it was fantastic. I'm absolutely looking forward to doing it again. I'm looking into actually taking some race-oriented classes in the near future, just to. There's a lot that I learned, a lot of riding habits that I currently have that didn't necessarily work. And I want to get better, and if there's something that I can do to improve my riding skill and ability, I'm absolutely going to do it. So
Well, good deal.
So tell us about your day, Mr. Rain Man.
So my day started yesterday.
I know you weren't at the shop when I came by to go bother you.
What time did you come by the shop?
Oh, it was in the afternoon. I got off of work and I rode by. And
Oh yeah, I left at 12.
Yeah. Oh yeah. It was like 2:30.
Well, and did they just go? He's not here.
Yeah, and I hung around for like an hour.
Oh,
Nice.
Because I do talk to people other than you there. Like,
well, I know you.
You're
do.
not the draw. That
I know you do. I just wasn't sure if the response was simply he's not here or oh no, he went to go do this.
Oh, well, they told me you went to go hog wrangling.
So the regional officers conference was this weekend.
Mm-hmm.
So I rode up to the bright and beautiful. Oh, excuse me, it's been a long day. The bright and beautiful Mount Juliet, Tennessee.
You mean Nashville?
Yesterday, no, Mount Juliet. And I say that because people in Mount Juliet are like, yeah, so Nashville. People in Nashville are like, Mount Juliet.
I don't want to climb it.
Like it's yeah. So,
But everybody on this side of the state says, "Ah,
It's Nashville."
Nashville."
yeah, but we call Murfreesboro Nashville down
Exactly.
here. So,
Look, you start the Nashville traffic when you hit Manchester.
yes, you do.
I mean, yeah.
When all of a sudden you have
As soon
that,
as you get over Mount Eagle, it's Nashville.
when you get that, when you start picking up the HOV lane, it's like, we're coming into Nashville.
Yep.
So it's kind of
What
like
about Murfreesboro?
It's kind of like for us coming from Chattanooga going to Atlanta. When we pass Altoona, we're like, oh, we're almost in Atlanta.
Yeah,
That's
I
true.
think I can see the
can
buildings.
see it.
It's like you're 40 miles away. It's like that's okay.
It's okay. It's still Atlanta.
So,
I think I saw
but
an
anyways,
Atlanta PD car.
you probably did. I rode up there yesterday. I had a fantastic time. Friday night it was kind of a meet or greet, and that what they want you to do is just basically walk around, meet different people from different chapters and stuff like that.
So
Because
this
you
was
get to engage in conversation.
So this was a regional meeting, right? Or
Yes.
nationwide?
So it's regional, but keep in mind, it's pretty much everything east of the Mississippi and a couple people that weren't east of the Mississippi. We had some Texas and Arkansas and stuff
Yeah.
there too.
Okay. That's
So,
what I was
but,
trying.
I
I was
mean-
trying to get geography, like who actually attended it.
Yeah, like we had probably half of it was chapters from Knoxville, Maryland, Chattanooga,
Okay.
the Nashville area, those types of things. But there was people from Maryland there. There was 3 different chapters out of Texas
Okay.
there. So there are people
About
there.
how many people do you? I mean, I know it's hard to count.
There was probably
Guesstimate. No one's going to hold you to it.
yeah. There was probably 150 there.
Okay.
But the thing is this is only for officers. So it's not for the whole hog chapter. It's only for people that run the hog chapter. And this is to help better educate those running the hog chapter and how to do stuff like make it grow and all that other stuff. If you go back and listen to last year's episode, we recorded an episode right after I got back from it last year. And
a little bit warmer that time.
and drier. The thing that I did last year that kind of stood out was I stood up in the hog chapter. For anybody that knows Harley Davidson and knows hog, you will very much appreciate this. This is your first time hearing it, but I stood up and told them the problem with the hog chapter is they are all old.
And you did that again.
No, someone else did it for me.
Nice.
Someone that was old. But I think he was there last year. I think it kind of
Sunk in.
had been sinking in with him all year.
Yeah. So this is a yearly meet, right? Like,
So
this is
yeah,
not something
so
they do.
calling it ROC, Regional Officers Conference, this is the second year that they've done ROC.
Okay.
They've done this stuff before for several years, but sometimes they've called it different stuff.
Okay. But it's typically a one-time-a-year type deal.
Well, they'll do it, I think 4 or 5 times, but like
this current iteration of it is once a year.
Yes.
Okay.
So, like, in another month, they might have the exact same class in Charlotte. So there's not a need for me to go. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But next year, it'll be changed up slightly. So I stirred the pot again this year, though.
Really?
Really?
You stirring a pot?
Never.
I'm so surprised.
I'm such a controlled individual, so it's
Yeah,
hard to imagine
you
what
would
happens.
never speak out of turn or tell them things they don't want to hear, or anything like that.
So I started one of the things that they kept talking about at the very beginning this time was about honesty, being honest. I mean, I know it's kind of a blanket statement, but I think what it was they wanted hog chapters to be honest with their members.
Okay.
And it's not like, oh, we're keeping stuff from you. It's one of those things about, if you have something going on in the hog chapter, don't sugarcoat it. You need to be honest about it, but you also need to be fair. So I stood up and was very honest and fair with everybody that was there and told them from a dealer standpoint, they're all customers.
Mm.
And there was some groaning and groveling in the room.
I'm sure that went over like a lead balloon.
Real well.
But then I very quickly, after ripping that Band-Aid off, started bandaging that wound the way it needs to be. And I think after I explained to them, a lot of people understood.
That they need to be involved if they want to be more than customers?
No. They're never, as a member of the hog chapter, unless you're an employee of that dealership, you will never be anything more than a customer. Okay? The problem is when I say you, sir, are just a customer, it comes with a bad, taste to it.
You kind of take them down a peg.
Yes.
They're not.
That doesn't mean anything bad, though.
Yeah.
Okay?
No, because in all honesty, that's true.
So, if you, Daniel, come in there and buy something,
yes,
I should treat you and them the exact same way. Now, when they go, oh, I should get all this respect, and da-da-da, and da-da-da, and da-da-da, and
so you gotta
da-da-da,
earn that.
well, yeah, but that's not the point. See, that's how you're looking at it. From a business standpoint, they're right. They should. Everyone should.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay? Now, they go, well, what's the perk of being with the hog chapter then? Well, first of all, with us, if you're a local member, you get a discount at the dealership. But two, since you are a member, you get a little bit more of a level of concierge service. What are you laughing at?
Nothing.
What are you laughing at?
What is concierge at the dealership?
Well, we have certain customers that like certain things, and they have people we have one customer that in the hog chapter, he's a t-shirt fiend.
So new ones, he gets a call.
Every single time a new t-shirt comes in, they will grab his size, set it to the side. Julie will call him and go, hey, I've got 4 new t-shirts sitting here for you to come look at. He will be there within the next 24 hours to look at those t-shirts and take home what he wants.
But you're talking
That's
about
concierge service.
You're talking about somebody that actually shows up and shows interest in things. Not just a random hog member that expects a certain level of treatment.
We don't really have random hog members that show up and expect certain levels of treatment. We had.
Yeah.
Let's leave it at that.
But that's what I was getting at. It's like your dealership does go above and beyond for a lot of the guys. I wanted you to explain that for people that didn't know. Because I see it. I put you on the spot.
That is the
They're like, oh, well, we sell t-shirts to this one guy.
No, it's like, okay, Ty. I know what Ty does with his YouTube channel.
Yep.
So we get new bikes in. I shoot him a message. Hey man, we got these bikes in. I know you haven't seen them yet.
Yeah.
Come in, check them out.
But see, that's what is a good dealership does for the hog members, that they care, they want you to be involved, they want you to be there.
Right. But on the aspect of them being a customer.
Yes.
Anybody that walks into not just our dealership, but any motorcycle dealership, or any place of business that sells products or goods, you are a customer. that doesn't mean a bad thing.
Mm-mm. Not at all.
That goes back to that whole concept of thought, which is not a true statement when they say the customer is always right. That's not a true statement.
No.
Okay, because there's a lot of customers that want to try and get something for free, and hey, that's not how this game works. But every customer should be treated with the utmost respect until the time calls for them to be treated otherwise. So that was the thing. Like, I was trying to get them to understand, because there's so many people from hog chapters that walk around and they go, well, I'm a member of your hog chapter. And I look at them and go, I don't care.
Yeah.
Yep.
Congratulations. I want to know who you are.
Yeah.
What do you like? What kind of bike do you have? What's going on in your life? Let's talk. Let's get to know you.
Because, correct me if I'm wrong, the bar to entry to be a hog member is buying a new Harley Davidson. And paying your fee.
Well, first of all, you don't have to buy a new Harley.
Or have a Harley.
You do have to have a Harley. Kind of.
Kind of. So these are getting more lax than I thought. Like, we're going the opposite direction of what I
know. I could, if we wanted to, I could make you an associate member and you could pay your fees. I know. That's not the point. Okay.
I've got about 30 years before I do that.
Anyways, can I finish?
Go ahead.
I just rode 100 miles in the rain. Chill out. Let me say what I'm trying to say.
Jeez.
So, I would merely explain to them the point that they are an individual. When they walk in and go, well, I'm a member of the hog chapter, you are no longer, you're telling me that you're not an individual then. You're a member of a group.
Mm-hmm.
We want to know who you are as an individual, because the hog chapter does not make your decisions for you, does not pay your bills, does not pick out what kind of motorcycle you own, does not pick out where you live, does not do those types of things. If you want to be a part of the hog chapter, that is 100% fine. I am glad for you. Go do it. I encourage it. I encourage people to join the hog chapter, because it is great for those connections of riding group and meeting like-minded people to ride with. But who are you? Not who is the hog chapter.
Yeah.
That's the biggest thing. I made that statement, like I said, when I said you're a customer. People grumbled. After I got done, there was a lot of understanding. A lot of people felt appreciative, because they were like, oh, I've never had my dealership treat me anything more than, oh, he's a member of the hog chapter.
Yeah.
So,
well,
but yeah, then it ended. I left there. It was 50 degrees. I get back here, it's 40 degrees, and it's been raining on me for the past 100 miles.
Yeah. Well, I mean, that's part of life going out to
Jackass.
Nashville. But so all in all, would you say that it was a positive meeting? Because, like you said, there was a guy that stood up and said, "Look, guys are too old."
Yeah.
So obviously something's sinking in.
Oh yeah,
but
there was. Last year I made a friend with one of the guys that he's also a hog wrangler.
One of the elders.
He is one of the elders. I will get to that. But he is a hog wrangler like I am for the hog chapter. He does it for a group of dealerships, and actually is the hog wrangler for 3 dealerships in total.
Woo!
But it is a full-time job for him.
Yeah.
I call him my adopted grandfather. He calls me his adopted grandson.
Even though you guys are the same age?
Ooh.
But he was even saying stuff like getting up and basically being brutally honest with these people.
Yeah.
But it's not hey, we're being a jerk to you. It's this is the way it is. And if you can understand why we as dealer staff look at it that way, it's going to be a lot easier for you.
Yeah.
So it's kind of like one of the things that me and him talked about. If there's a problem that happens with a hog member that is involved with the dealership, So essentially, a hog member, something happens between a hog member and the dealership, and there's an issue, there's arguments, there's fighting, whatever it may be. I will have a closed door conversation with the director of our hog chapter to make sure that they are aware of what is going on to better help in the situation when all of a sudden now there's grumblings across the hog chapter because maybe this person said that this is happening. I have an ally stepping in. It's no longer just me as, he's also an employee of the dealership.
It's no longer just the dealership versus the hog chapter. It's
Yes.
You've bridged that gap.
Yes. One of the other things too, though, that he said, my adopted grandfather said, that I've never even thought about. And I was like, that is a brilliant way to look at the hog chapter. The hog chapter is truly another department in the dealership.
Yeah.
I mean, every member of that hog chapter has a responsibility of being an advocate and a cheerleader for the dealership.
I mean,
and there's too many people that are like, they're in this hog chapter, but they're always running over here and doing their business and stuff like that. And it's like,
I would go even further than that. Let's just say like a ambassador for the brand itself.
Well, it's an ambassador for the dealership. No, I wouldn't say the brand.
Well, because I mean, people move, they go different places.
They can go to another dealership.
Everybody has their centralized dealership, but then again, I mean, you look at us, we have a dealer 20 miles away, 30 miles away.
Yeah, but why would I go to that dealer when I have a dealer 4 miles away?
No, but if you live in North Georgia, it's 50-50. You can go one way or the other. But that's what it's,
you're right.
You're not necessarily, you could go.
But they have a choice. Dude, I could live next door to White Lightning
and go down to...
and choose to be a member of that other dealership.
Yeah.
I don't have to be a member at this dealership.
Yeah.
It's not geographically fenced. I'm not forced, if I want to be a member, that I have to be a member here.
But in that sense, that's what I'm saying. Like, it doesn't... They are representatives of the brand because the hog chapter doesn't get looked at from the outside. As individual dealership hog chapter, it gets looked at.
Oh, no, they do. 100%.
I don't look at it like that. And most people that don't care about Harley see a hog member and just associate it with the brand, not a dealership, not a specific dealership.
So, I don't know if you've really ever seen hog members, though, when they're out in their natural habitat of the nursing home.
Natural habitat.
They all have
Matching bibs.
a dealer name on the back of their vest.
Oh, do they?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, they do. Yeah.
So, like, if you're out and about and you see the hog vest and it says White Lightning Harley Davidson, you go, oh, that's the hog chapter for White Lightning. So I'm sitting there and I see Music City and it's like, oh, I know where that one is. I see one that says Moonshine. I'm like, oh, I know where that one is.
Gotcha.
I see one that says Dragon Harley. And I'm like, oh, I know where that is. And that's the thing. It's like, Hog is the Harley owners group, but those individuals
Extension of the dealership.
like their vest have the dealership names on the back of them.
Okay.
Yeah, I forgot about that.
I actually didn't know that.
Yep. Like that's yeah.
But that's good that they need to realize their responsibility in their part of the dealership and what they're doing.
Yeah.
And who they, what their role is in their responsibility for the dealership and getting riders in. Because it seems in the past couple of years, it's very easy for a hog chapter to dissipate over time.
Well, I brought up the fact. Actually, now thinking about it, I did kind of tell them they're all old. I told them they were all going to die.
We are all going to die.
And I'll wait.
But that's how I said that.
Yeah.
I said, because they were talking about, hey, the people at their dealership and da-da-da-da-da. And I said, okay, y'all keep pulling from that pull.
Medicare hasn't paid
That
this
pull,
month.
I said, that pull, you're so concerned about what are we going to do to keep our current members. Those members are going to age out. Face it, at some point in time, everybody dies. Your pull is going to get smaller and smaller.
Yeah.
And smaller.
You need to open it up to a younger generation.
They need to focus on getting new members.
And I'm not even talking about people that are mine and your age.
Well, the
They
focus
need to go
on
younger.
I feel like they want to focus so much on retention and not focus on getting the new rider into hog. If they brought in the new rider into hog, the stuff that they're trying to do, where they're going, well, what can we do to keep members, will come.
Yeah.
Because you'll bring
yeah.
in fresh people with fresh ideas and a fresh take, and go, hey, let's do this, and it will naturally evolve.
But, I mean, bringing fresh people in with fresh ideas makes sense, because what I've heard from a lot of the people that have talked about it is like, well, they don't really do anything. They ride around town sometimes. Yeah, not all groups, but some.
No, they do, and I've told them to stop that.
Yeah, they ride around town and then they go home.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, you have the 6 guys that want to do that with you.
Yeah.
Let's go other places. Let's do other things. If you bring more people in that are younger, maybe want to go do other stuff.
Yeah.
There's a reason, an incentive to go further, or ride to a different dealership even.
Yeah.
Even if that's what you're going to do. And that'll bring the older members back like, hey, we're doing something different we've never done before. I got tired of going to breakfast at Waffle House down the street.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know?
Well, like I said to them about the racing. It's like, why not go to the races?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Why not?
Yeah, why not?
I mean,
What's holding you back? The ride?
no, the spectating. They don't want to spectate that type.
Look, they've all got tri-glides. They can bring a chair.
So, oh my god, this episode's going downhill fast. You know what else goes downhill fast? A tri-glide backwards with no emergency brake.
Hey!
Hey everybody, this is Sean at White Lightning Harley Davidson. I want to thank you for listening to the Daily Biker Podcast. You can reach the podcast on Facebook or Instagram at The Daily Biker, or you can email the podcast at thedailybiker@gmail.com. Be sure to keep an eye on White Lightning Harley Davidson's social media pages for the most up-to-date information on all our events and where you can find the boys.